Good morning, boys and girls. It's a beautiful day today. I'm joining you from my backyard chicken coop. I have some backyard chickens. Their names are Lola, Coco, and Sassy, and one is actually up in the hen house laying an egg. So maybe by the end of our story, I can show you how I gather eggs every morning from the hen house. Today's story is called Emma's Eggs. This story is written by Margaret Ruers. Before I start reading, I like to think about the main character. And Emma is the main character in this story. And in this story, Emma's feelings are going to change from the beginning to the end of the story. So while I'm reading, I want you to be thinking about how did Emma begin in the story? How were her feelings at the beginning? And what was she feeling at the end of the story? Emma's eggs. Emma was changing from a fluffy dandelion chick. She was turning into a feathery white hen. Emma liked to step through the tall grass and scratch the ground for worms and seeds. She counted pebbles in the driveway and chucked around the house. Whenever she liked, Emma could go inside the chicken coop next to the barn. Like the other chickens, Emma had made a cozy, shallow nest in the straw. Emma fitted on her nest like the lid on a cookie jar. One day when Emma was daydreaming, she had an irresistible urge to do something. "Bop!" she said. Emma hopped up and looked in the nest, and to her amazement, she had laid her first egg. It was a bit small perhaps, but it was perfect nonetheless. That day, when the farmer's wife came, she saw Emma's egg. "Emma," she said, "you laid an egg, good girl." She bent down, picked up Emma's egg, and put it in her basket. Emma was proud of her egg, so she followed the farmer's wife to the house, hopped up on an empty apple crate, and peeked through the kitchen window. The farmer's wife put a frying pan on top of the stove and cracked Emma's egg into the pan. She scrambled it with a fork. "Bok," said Emma, "is that how they want my eggs? Then that's how I'll make them." So when Emma laid another perfect egg the next day, she jumped on top of it and scrambled it with her feet. "No, Emma," cried the farmer when he saw it. "That's not what you do with the eggs," and he shooed Emma away. Emma followed the farmer when he took the other eggs into the kitchen. She hopped up onto the empty crate and peeked inside. She watched as the farmer dropped the eggs into a pot full of water. "Bok," said Emma, "is that how they want my eggs? Then that's how I'll make them." So the very next morning, Emma laid another perfect egg. Not in her cozy nest of straw, but in the chicken's water bowl. "No, Emma," cried the farmer's children when they came to collect the eggs. "That's not what you do with the eggs," and they shooed Emma away from the water bowl. Emma scratched her head. She was trying so hard to make the perfect eggs, but nobody was pleased with her. Emma hopped onto the crate below the kitchen window. At the table, she saw the farmer, the farmer's wife, and the farmer's children. They were doing something very strange. They were painting all of the eggs. "Bok," said Emma, "is that how they want my eggs? Then that's how I'll make them." Emma laid 2 perfect eggs in the straw, and she found a can of paint and a brush behind the barn. She was just putting on the finishing touches when the farmer's wife came to gather the eggs. "No, Emma," she said, "that's not what you do with the eggs," and she shooed Emma away and threw away the paintbrush. Very early the next morning, Emma watched as the farmer and the farmer's wife hid eggs all over the farmyard. They hid them behind shrubs and between daffodils. They even put one in the low branches of a tree. "Bok," said Emma, "is that how they want my eggs? Then that's what I'll do." Over the next few days, Emma laid an egg in the feeding dish and one behind the fence post and another under the straw. She even left one under the crate in the kitchen window. "Strange," said the farmer. "Emma has stopped laying eggs." Then he spotted an egg behind the fence post and stepped on one under the straw. "No, no, no, Emma," he cried. "That's not what you do with the eggs." "Bonk," said Emma. "That was it. That did it. If they didn't want her eggs, she wouldn't give them any." Emma laid the next perfect egg in her cozy straw nest, and she sat right on top of it. When anyone came near, she shooed them away. For days she sat on that nest like a lid on a cookie jar, until one day she had an irresistible urge to stretch. She hopped up and looked at her egg, and to her amazement, it started to crack and creak and wobble and split. Out of the shattered shell stepped a perfect dandelion chick. "Talk," it said. "Talk," said Emma. "Yes, yes, yes, Emma," cried the farmer, the farmer's wife, and the farmer's children. "That is what you do with eggs." So, boys and girls, let's think about Emma, the main character of the story. In the story, Emma changed, didn't she? In the beginning, I think Emma was just confused and frustrated. She didn't know what the owners wanted her to do with the eggs. She was just trying to make them happy, and everything she did upset them. But then by the end of the story, I think that Emma was really proud, and she was proud of her perfect chick. And the owners were proud of her perfect chick as well. So I don't think my chicken has laid her egg yet. She's making some noise in there. So I'll find a new chicken book maybe for next time, and I'll have an egg to show you after the chicken lays it. So I hope you all have a great day. I hope you all are healthy. I hope you're staying safe, and I hope you're having a great time spending time with your family. See you later.